So you want to see other dudes running around in the darkness, but you also want to see their body heat.
Bruh.
The Symbiote has you covered. Let's jump in. Let's talk disclosures. First off, I am one of the owners of Arkayne Co, so if by the end of this video you decide that you want a Symbiote Bridge or a dual band setup and you buy them from Arkayne Co, I and my team will financially benefit from that. But no other companies have paid me for this content except my own companies in this video. There's no sponsors or contracts. We manufacture the Symbiote in-house with our own employees and teams, and the steel targets that I mentioned in the advertisement are once again a product that we produce. If you desire to support what I do financially, buying those products is a great way to do that. If you don't want to support us financially, just hit that subscribe button because that's important too. The Symbiote came about for us out of necessity. We started selling night vision and thermal inside of TA targets somewhere around 2021. In 2022, we decided that Arkayne should be its own brand with its own team, so we separated the two from a brand and functional perspective. As we began to test and experience more and more helmet-mounted thermal options, we realized that one aspect of thermal on your head was severely lacking: the bridges. There were only a few commercially available options for consumers, and none of them offered the adjustment that made the bridge properly compatible with all commercially available night vision and thermal options. That might not sound like a huge deal, but we were offering so many different thermal and night vision units to our customers that they were constantly asking us for a better bridge. Initially, we simply approached our main suppliers and we offered feedback on the bridges that they were producing, and we asked them to accommodate those changes, and we would happily stock and sell an updated bridge that they manufactured. But no supplier wanted to make the changes that we knew we needed to see, so we decided to do it on our own. And that took us about a year to complete. In that time span, we bought every option of bridge money could buy, we purchased nearly every commercially available night vision and thermal unit, and we bought every major manufacturer's helmet mount to start measuring and testing and ultimately developing our own bridge. At that same time, we hired a well-known and well-versed patent attorney to start digging into the patents that existed in the sphere of bridges. For several months, we designed, tested, and refined and confirmed what we had was unique outside of all of the existing patents that are in the world, and we functionally solved the problems that we knew that our customers were facing. So basically, what brought this about was us trying to just support our suppliers, and they said no, so we said, okay, I guess we're gonna just do this on our own. You know what's crazier than spending $11 a round on M80A1 ammunition like I did? Buying unknown quality steel targets off of Amazon. And look guys, I get the temptation to buy cheap steel, really, I get it. But you legitimately could pay the ultimate price by shooting unknown origin steel targets. Save yourself and your jugular by purchasing quality steel targets from TA Targets. We've been manufacturing steel targets for a decade, and our team has created systems that stand the test of time. Just look at this C-Zone target plate that I shot with armor-defeating ammunition. Each of our systems is engineered for safety and longevity and is manufactured with love right here in PA. Stop wasting money and risking your life on junk steel targets. Invest in the best and save some money by using my code KeystoneCarry at checkout when you do. Right off the bat, we decided that we were going to print these bridges in-house. We spent months testing different materials and processes and ultimately landed on the PA12CF. The nylon 12 carbon fiber reinforced material is incredibly strong, especially with proper printing practices, settings, and annealing the parts post-print. I remember our product engineer bringing me a J-arm and saying, hey, try to break this in your hands. And I tried as hard as I could, and I could not break that J-arm in my hands. I ended up taking it to one of our security doors, I put it in the hinge, and I slammed it. And while it did damage it, it didn't break it. So I was immediately sold on the strength of that material, and it opened my eyes in a major way. We've had some folks object to this idea of printing this bridge. Some other folks troll us and say that the print quality isn't what it should be, etc. And here's the deal. The Symbiote has been refined, tested, and sent out to third-party testers to abuse test for months before we dropped it. The number of iterations and processes we have refined and changed is astounding. The bridge has been proven, and it has been proven to be the most capable bridge on the market. And that's not just my opinion. As for the looks, the nylon 12 carbon fiber reinforced certainly doesn't look as smooth as some of the other materials that we tested, but we were not after looks and finish. The bridge had to be strong and capable. That's what we honed in on. And personally, I love the rugged look of it. Each layer and the orientation and the print settings are fine-tuned to complement all of the surrounding parts. We printed it in such a way that the layers add strength and rigidity to the assembly, not take away from it. Further, we knew that we may need to make some tweaks and adjustments as we moved into full production, so this method of manufacturing was the fastest to be able to make changes to service the customer needs and continue refining this bridge into the future. We debated CNC milling or injection molding, but decided that to keep the cost reasonable, make back our R&D expenses, and prep for even more products like this in the future, printing with that PA12CF was the move. Oh, and we have a lifetime warranty if for some reason you do ever have a failure with the Symbiote. It's not gonna fail, but it's nice to know that your investment is covered top to bottom with a no questions asked warranty. We stand by the product because we designed it to be nearly indestructible. The Symbiote includes the following items inside of a package just like this. You've got 2 J-arms, dovetail for ST6 or Sting IR thermal monoculars, 1 mini rail dovetail, the entire assembly with standard arms already installed, and dovetail adapters that are mil-spec. Panning arms are included as well if you decide you want to install them and run the Symbiote in panoramic mode. We're also including spacers. There's 3 of them that allow vertical height adjustment of the units on the Symbiote. And all of that is included in this pack. It's like a nice little clamshell package. And we include written instructions with each Symbiote as well. Additionally, on the back of the package, there is a QR code that you can scan, and it's gonna take you right over to the instruction manual if you ever have to reference that for any reason. It's coming with all of those components, and no other bridge on the market can say that. Talking about the bridge is fine and dandy, but what I wanted to show you is a couple examples of dialed in setups on the Symbiote bridge. So over here I've got Ethan's setup. This is a later model R&D unit, so this was used during T&E, so this is actually not even a finished Symbiote bridge, but he's got an RH25 V2 and a PVS-14. And when you're looking over this unit, what you're gonna find is on the objective side, everything's lined up perfectly, front to back, side to side, everything is lined up for a seamless experience. I also took an ST6 and an RNV-14 and I assembled it on the Symbiote bridge. And again, the Symbiote allows the adjustment of the objectives to be perfectly aligned. It allows the elevation of the optics to be perfectly aligned. And on top of that, you're able to adjust your IPD perfectly side to side super easily just with your hands, or you can purchase an extra tool that we have for 1/4 inch driver. But all of those adjustments allow you to actually get your dual band setup properly dialed in, and I cannot stress how important it is if you are running a dual band unit to have your unit dialed in left, right, up, and down, and the Symbiote allows you to do that. Now, if you want to see a full video where we go in depth on the how-to behind the Symbiote bridge, we do have a full video over on Arkayne Co. You can check out the Arkayne YouTube and check out that video because Austin and Ethan go through the entire setup, front to back, top to bottom, of how you're gonna take your units and adapt them to the Symbiote. I definitely think if you're considering a bridge for dual band, that video is a must watch. The night vision and thermal space is full of suppliers that frankly care more about daddy government than they do about you. We care about our people first. We care about equipping citizens of this nation to be able to fend off tyrants. That's what drives us. So as much as we love to predator hunt, to hike, ride e-bikes, shoot guns under nods, it's all revolving around this idea and commitment that regular citizens should have the tools of the military and police. We believe that to our core. I believe that firearm rights are a human right. I believe no man can take those rights away from you or I. And I'm not gonna stop doing my part until I can buy a machine gun over the counter without any paperwork, and I've said that for years. The Symbiote is about far more than putting thermal on your head. It's this new vision for Arkayne and furthering that vision and message nationwide. If you have any questions about the Symbiote bridge, what I would encourage you to do is email our team over at cs@arkayne.com. Additionally, you can ask any questions that you have down in the comments section. I'd be happy to answer as many of them as I can. Further, I've saved links to the Arkayne videos covering the Symbiote bridge in depth for your viewing. I especially recommend that you watch that how-to video. It's gonna go way more in depth than I did in this video. And if you're suffering through a lower quality or less adjustable bridge currently, I want you to seriously consider the Symbiote. It's going to change your experience, it's gonna make you more capable, and it's going to make your experience more seamless in the darkness. You can find all of the links for the Symbiote and all of those videos down in the description. As a further bonus, if you use my code KeystoneCarry at checkout, I'm gonna knock 10% off of a Symbiote for a very short time. Before you ask, No, that code's not gonna work on night vision or thermal or other products on the site. It is limited just to the Symbiote for a little time. So take advantage of it before I turn that code off. And as always, guys, stay well, stay safe. I will see you in the next video.